My name is Aaron Gill. I live in the city of Hartford, and I am a forensic engineer specializing in the civil structural end of that. Something that we've seen in the news a lot lately is some of the buildings that have been falling down, whether it be Miami or what was that, Iowa. Um, so forensic engineers such as myself would get involved in situations like that to help figure out why that damage occurred, why that loss occurred, so that one, we can essentially figure out who's at fault or what's at fault, but then also try to do our best to make sure something like that doesn't happen again in the future. And so the forensic engineering, it's a lot of investigating. It's a lot of observation and analysis and trying to figure out put the pieces back together and figure out what happened. So that aspect of the job or of the career really, what I like most about it, I guess, is in a lot of ways you never know what you're going to be looking at. So I get calls every day to go out and take a look at things, and rarely do you, even when you think you know what you're going to go look at, you get out there and it could be something completely different. So it's something new on a regular basis. It's a new challenge, a new puzzle to solve every single day, and helps continue to challenge me mentally in many ways. I guess one piece of advice is always hear the question, right? Oftentimes, I think we try to jump ahead to what we think we're being asked. People start to answer questions before someone has finished asking the question. I had a mentor pretty early on in my career teach me to make sure you hear the entire question, give yourself a moment to think about your answer, and then make sure you respond appropriately, as opposed to trying to jump in the middle of the question and start answering it then. Well, the some of the challenges are the assumptions that people make when they see you about your abilities. So some of the challenges I think early on from a career standpoint were things like proving that I am where I belong, and not only am I good, but I'm great at what I do. Um, and some of the challenges also just the difficult aspect in some regards of what we're learning. There can be some you're going to have some challenging times. You're going to have some challenging classes as you're learning advanced levels of science and math. It doesn't come easy to most people. It's something that you need to work through, but it's something that can be very rewarding in the end. So those are probably the two biggest challenges.